Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always...
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care? And that's not all. Did you know that...
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Look, we know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the Osvan told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon checked the Akasha on the way here, and the Academia doesn't... Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking about the stolen item? Well, given all the people that come through here every day...
Welcome. Welcome.
Hi there. We would like to ask you...
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the Academia, let alone graduate. But sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Some even say... you see over there? Those are students from the Academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us...
Those students seem to be discussing some...
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them.
They're called Ain el Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might...
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port... They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. I've heard that Ain al-Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with...
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to...
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it...
Well, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our...
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shade? So, what's our plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000? Oh, all right. Paimon never thought she'd agree to part...
He will pay the price one day.
Want to buy some spices? Yeah, all the usual, but at affordable price.
Delicious food, freshly made and served.
This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a...
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Ha! Once we reclaim the power...
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant amount of more this time.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a...
Yeah, with Boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power to bring our god back this time.
Huh. All these guys talk about is King Deshret, so they're probably the ones we're looking for.
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We should ask about that if we get the chance later.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
Oh, Paimon can't stand to see so much Mora go. But there's no other choice right now.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention King Deshret just now. We're actually interested to know...
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little extra info. As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of King Deshret. Years ago, King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present-day Sumeru. King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
So, you mean the traitor was...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed King Deshret's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. Ugh, just thinking about it sickens me. But the story doesn't end there, oh no. King Deshret isn't truly dead. The voice of the Oracle has been heard in the desert, prophesying his resurrection. Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true god will suffer retribution together. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret. I don't have anything to say to you Academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged Academia lunatic.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you. Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on a certain item as a means of luring people into their territory. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the Mora you're worth.
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business like this, hmm?
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my terms with your boss.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he won't negotiate with you.
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then. It does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
I'm warning you, don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the Academia because it just complicates things. For a lunatic like you, though, we might just have to make an exception.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Tevat. If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next course of action will sting a little more than the mere falling through of a few business deals. I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, I fear that by then, some things will have happened that cannot be undone. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future.
What did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
Well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but sent the Emirites running too! Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here. Let's catch up with him and ask some questions! He went that way! After him!
Should I adjust the chickens?
Oh, so then what happened next?
I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance.
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity I needed. We're even. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end, they might harass you again. All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something to ask you about! Since you tore through their scam right in front of them, you must know the real story about certain something, no?
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that? A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah! She's really strong! Weren't you saying something about—
She doesn't even have a vision. Forget it.
Maybe not, but she can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting, even if you don't go alone.
Alright, I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who sells that kind of merchandise, I'll give you one of their addresses, and you can try your luck. We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It does-
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information...
You were willing to part with 500,000 mora for something? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the ants. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it...
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because this is what you've been looking for.
Huh? Paimon can't tell it...
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed... Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules confer their contents without any requisites.
That's amazing!
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally... Well, I think that about sums it up. Oh, so that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Fine.
The case before us is a strange and unprecedented one indeed.
Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me with something. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be made, there is nothing she won't dare to sell. She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of letting me get any further. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust. This is my condition for further collaboration.
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges.
Fine. So how do we go about doing this?
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informant's address and their contact password. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality.
What? We only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know how to tell which one.
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight? Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in high. Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look
Try inspecting them with elemental sight.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, the richer it is in Dendro energy. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory's trust.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the— Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any more left over, just keep it. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Ormos lately. Your efforts will be—
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of— The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you— Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory, come find—
Looking at what Al-Haytham wrote, Dory's informant is a trader near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Paimon doesn't think it was that on the paper.
What a unique palate. We have unripe hara fruits.
Following the paper got us past the first—
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe hara.
Got it. You two, please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumeru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru rose means common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
My mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
The warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me. Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm a few things. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first to know. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that...
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru City or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your products beautifully. Okay, everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot, it's the Matra! Run!
What? The Matra? Where? I'll hate them said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant. He ran that way! Look! He's over there!
If you're hiding from the Rishbaland tiger, come this way!
Another password! Huh? Oh, that voice came from behind the building on the right!
Here, over here. You can stop running now.
So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
These two good customers wish to buy some hara fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else, I'll just excuse myself.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Huh? Wait, you're Dory?
Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, believe you me. But it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp. You don't really look like criminals or anything, but I bet my Mora...
Paimon's not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment, but...
I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces, no matter how much Mora they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also get us into trouble. As decent folks trying to run an honest business, we don't need any of that. Wouldn't you agree? So that's why I prefer to have customers like you. It's your first time here, but don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough knowledge capsules to decorate your house with, please, knock yourself out. As long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course, of course. Go ahead, help yourselves. Voila!
Wow, she has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be in serious trouble.
What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't worry, I'm not interested in your reasons for buying. I can, however, take this one for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurls. Only 3 people in all of Teyvat have ever studied it, making it extremely rare. It's on sale now for 300.
Yeesh, who would want to be an expert in that topic?
Or how about the architectural styles and construction methods of Teyvat in the early Archon War period? With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation and find an excellent, well-paying job in nearly any nation.
Ooh, now this...
2 million mora, and it's yours.
Whoa! That's a lot!
Of course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire. The contents and price...
Alright, let's try the method that Alhaitham mentioned. Please and thank you.
My, oh my. You are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and the extravagant. Customers like you... Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more...
Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million! But... all the canned knowledge we just bought is easily worth 500,000 mora. If we spend just a little more... Think about it. We've gone to all this trouble to get this canned knowledge. And so far, aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on, come on! We still have around 100,000 of Alhaitham's mora left, so let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you.
Excellent! Then please...
Hold on a second. Paimon thought we could choose whatever we wanted. Why can't we choose the ones from...
Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million more.
Uh-oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check these. So, what did you see? So, they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the mora's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques, the art of growing spices. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Let's go with this one. Dory, we'll take this one.
All right, very good. I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure to check back again.
Our dealings with Dory went smoothly enough. Let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up with Alhaitham.
It's all fun. More exciting than legend.
Let's dance.
My intuition.
Why do new explorers make the same mistakes over and over again?
Incinerate!
You're in for a little shock.
Ba-boom!
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for... Come a little closer. Come a little closer.
Motion to compel!
You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock.
Time for your arraignment!
Let's spark things up.
Protective.
Going out is tiring.
Take flight. Don't overdo it. Dishonored.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Ba-boom! Wrap up the flame!
Come a little closer. I knew I should have stayed home.
Incinerate! Boom! Incinerate!
Come a little closer. Going out is tiring.
Yikes! I object.
I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance.
You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Not the show.
Come a little closer. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Let's dance.
You're in for a little shock.
Keep moving!
Come a little closer. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Try not to enjoy this too much. Come a little closer. 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 You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock.
Come on, we can do it.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Come a little closer.
Motion to compel.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. Let's spark things.
Incinerate!
Confess!
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Doing detective work means you
It's
gotta
nearly
walk the
time
walk.
for afternoon tea.
No, I mean literally. I need to search high and low for evidence. There's something in the air. Something that tells me a new case is brewing.
Why not keep me company for a while? There'll be plenty of time for work later.
Doing detective work means you gotta walk the walk. No, I mean literally. I need to search high and low for evidence. Huh. My intuition tells me that something very interesting is about to happen.
Motion to compel.
Doing detective work means you gotta walk.
make my escape.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in. Yep. Come a little closer.
Keep moving!
You're in for a little shock. Surrender and it'll be gentle. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Heep. Hup. Heep. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Hey, try not to enjoy this too much. You're in for a little. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Yep. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Come a little close. You're in for a little. Come a little closer. Come. You're in. Surrender and be gentle. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Watch it! Watch it!
Come a little closer. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock.
The truth!
Come on. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Way I go! Dory went smoothly enough, let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up with Alhaitham. Hopefully now he'll finally...
Ha, you two made it. And from the looks on your faces, you were successful.
Whoa, there's so many people from the academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup spot?
Well, Wakela Funduk is under the academia's control, so naturally the academia has people working here. I came to Port Ormos under the pretense of conducting official business.
You're a pretty daring guy.
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the Matcha won't come here. Okay, now, tell me how...
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about the knowledge capsule that the academia...
Before that, I have to ask. Why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer, of course.
Yeah, she just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. We've been in Sumeru when we heard that the academia had lost something that might be...
In that case, you're on... A short while ago, the academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine knowledge capsule.
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could learn how...
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist. And it's...
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I am investigating because I'm curious as to what the divine knowledge capsule truly is. As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an extremely precious item. The knowledge contained within may bring great... Several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late, but there is... My personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. After attempting various methods, I agreed to forego ownership of the divine knowledge capsule in exchange for the opportunity to study it. However, there are those who are less amenable to negotiate.
They adamantly believe that the divine knowledge capsule contains King Deshret's power, and that he will return to this world when they obtain it.
So you kept hounding them because they refused to cooperate with you?
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means necessary. So, I've been sabotaging their business to force them into negotiating with... The divine knowledge capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. Each brigade will place their... To ensure the capsule's security and to evade the Matra's notice, the winning brigade will not publish... Unless I know whose hands the divine knowledge capsule ends up in. Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue was
In other words, you wanted us to befriend Dory...
Yes, you can say that. But this the day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try to purchase information on the divine knowledge capsule's whereabouts. If I get the opportunity to study the divine knowledge capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation? Okay, then we'll meet...
Alhaitham, before you go, we actually...
You two want to try use... Doing so right under the academia's nose is a bit problematic, though. Alright, this place works.
Here!
Sword Fighting Techniques 8. Huh. A combat class knowledge capsule.
Really? Aw, yeah, what a great buy!
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. However, we can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles. One before you. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to monitor. There may be variances in your physical strength between the 2 tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's abilities. But don't worry.
Wow! Hey, Paimon's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed canned knowledge to graduate from the academia.
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases can be attributed to curiosity.
Sounds like you're trying to avoid the question.
All right, let's begin the test.
You're in for a little... Come a little closer.
All right. I'll link your Akasha terminal to record data. The next step is to use this knowledge capsule. Hold it in your hand. I'll help you.
Hey, how are you feeling? You mean that it worked?
All right. Time for round 2. Fight with... Now, I'll start recording data again. Well, the knowledge capsule you purchased did improve her combat capability. During the second fight, her
Wait! How much? Dory's such a jerk! She totally scammed us!
Of course, this could be because she is so powerful that the capsule's contents were unable to produce a substantial increase. At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. Our deal seems... I'm heading back to Ikela Funduk. I await your response in 2 days' time. This is Mora for...
It's new.
Let's see Dory today.
Welcome back, my loyal patrons. You name it. Canned knowledge, supplies, or anything else you need.
Can you really get us anything we want?
Aha! So it appears that canned knowledge alone is no longer sufficient for your opulent appetite. Then please oblige me. Oh! I knew customers with pockets as deep as yours, but you know, that kind of after all, I had to work really hard to weasel my way into the auction site. Not to mention that if any—
But how can we be sure your information is accurate? Paimon's curious how you just happen to have this kind of info the moment we need it.
Because to me, anything of value is what I consider to be my— As for the information's authenticity, well, you've no need to worry about that. I used a camera to take a picture of the transaction. It's always a pleasure doing business with such sterling patrons. Now that you've paid in full, here's the scoop. The Divine Knowledge Capsule was purchased yesterday by a certain Ms.
Ein El Ahmar.
Ah, so you're already— The group has done everything in their power to obtain the Divine Knowledge Capsule. After all, that Divine Knowledge Capsule is unlike any other canned knowledge I've seen before. It was glowing bright, and the capsule is clearly visible in the picture I took. You can look for—
Thanks for the info, Dor.
Please, it's my pleasure. It's all thanks to discerning customers such as yourselves.
Well, we figured out where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is. It turns out Let's head back and talk to Al-Haytham. Al-Haytham, we got the info you wanted.
Really? All right. Let's hear it.
Dory even gave us evidence to verify the intel. Have a look.
Huh, look at that. Clear as day. It must have taken some guts just to infiltrate the scene of the Eremites transaction. But then to get close enough to take a picture like this. Bold move, Dory. Very bold move. All right. The person in this picture is indeed Misery, the leader of Ein al-Ahmar. And in which case, if we play our cards right, when we confront them next week...
At first, Paimon didn't get why you were provoking these Ein el-Ahmar guys. After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious topic.
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations. Let's meet up again on the afternoon of the... See you then.
Al-Haytham sure is taking his time. Where could he be? Oh, there he is.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's head to the pier in front of...
Yep, let's go.
Al-Haytham. I knew you were crazy, but I didn't know you were crazy enough to actually show up.
It was I who demanded that these negotiations take place. I was more worried that you might go back on your promise. But to your credit, it appears that you're sticking to your word. This is turning into quite an occasion. I also brought some backup. I assume you don't mind.
Backup? Aren't you the brat from the restaurant the other day? You've come to support this lunatic? I'm not going to mince my words. Once we're done with you, you'll be nothing more than fish food. Get 'em, boys!
Uh-oh, here they come. Good luck, you two.
You're in for a little...
Where do you think you're?
Come a little closer.
Oh, the jungle! I'll be following orders.
You're in for a little shock.
Academia scum! Boss! Finally! Did you use it? Great! Now we can... Boss? Boss! What's wrong?
What happened to him?
We have to cut his Akasha connection, now.
Target acquired! Arrest him! Do not impede our work. Is that understood, Al-Haytham?
Of course. I was only trying to help.
Take him away!
World, forget me.
What in Tibet just happened? It's like that big guy suddenly lost his mind.
It looks like he used the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
You mean the Divine Knowledge Capsule did that to him? Oh, yeah. You mean how some researchers go insane after getting knowledge from Irminsul?
I've heard of numerous incidents of researchers in Satyavada life going insane. The state that man is now in suggests that this is a similar situation. This Divine Knowledge Capsule does appear to be linked to the gods, but beyond that, it doesn't seem anything like the rumors suggest. Possessing it doesn't grant you divine wisdom or power. Did you hear what he said? World, forget me. What could that possibly mean?
If the mantra took him away, then that means the Academia got the Divine Knowledge Capsule back too. What a shame. We were so close. Still, Paimon didn't expect the Divine Knowledge Capsule would be so dangerous. Imagine if we tried to open it. Oh, who knows what would have happened to us?
As things stand, there is no reason for me to remain in Port Ormos. I believe our collaboration has also reached its end.
Oh, we were so busy trying to find the Divine Knowledge Capsule that Paimon forgot to ask you something. Since you're a member of the Academia, do you have any idea how we can go about meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Truthfully, I don't. Lesser Lord Kusanali appears to exist outside of Sumeru's entire administration. Most of the time, you wouldn't know she exists at all. Moreover, since the Academia possesses the Akasha, a symbol of our deity's wisdom, scholars have no reason to desire to make contact with the deity herself anyway.
Everything about Lesser Lord Kusanali is such a mystery!
I'm heading back to the Academia. How about you two?
It's almost the day of the Sub-Zeros Festival. Maybe we should head back too. We've been rushed off our feet over the past few days, so maybe a little rest and relaxation will do us good. Then we'll part ways here, Alhaitham, until we meet again.
Now, do I deal with this thing first? Or should I produce the report that the higher-ups require?
We didn't miss the Sub-Zero's festival, right? Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad. Paimon thinks she must be around the Grand Bazaar, since she showed us around there last time. There she is! Dunyarzad, we're back!
Just as promised, Traveler and Paimon. I'm so glad that you two came back to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's... Indeed. The festival's tomorrow. We've been preparing for so long that I can't help but feel a little nervous.
There's no need to be nervous. Paimon's sure that Lesser Lord Kusanali will feel everyone's gratitude.
Thanks, Paimon. I hope that everyone who comes to the festival will also have a good time. Speaking of which, did you manage to make your way to Port Ormos? Discover anything over there?
Of course we went. A lot of things happened there.
I see. Sounds like you two had another exciting adventure. If there is another chance, I would love to join.
My lady, if you went to Port Ormos in your current state, we'd both be in for a lifetime of trouble.
Dia! You were eavesdropping!
It's called covert protection. Keeping an ear out for what's going on.
It's alright, Dia. I merely said I would like to go. I know the festival's tomorrow. I've been doing nothing but causing trouble for you.
Even when you put it that way, it still doesn't feel right.
Don't worry, my guardian knight.
Okay, fine, but only tonight. Tomorrow's a big day.
Oh, you two must be exhausted from your long... I've already prepared a room for you to rest. Please.
Whoa, you're so thoughtful.
Here we are. It's also...
It looks really nice.
Not at all. Just tell me more about your adventures when you...
That's Paimon's specialty. Paimon can tell you stories next time.
Oh, if you don't mind, how about we all... All of my friends will be working the festival. And Dia's still insisting on her...
Yeah. It'll be pretty hard to relax and enjoy...
Then let's meet at the nearby bazaar first.
It's a deal. Good night, Dunya.
I may be too excited to fall asleep tonight.
Paimon's starting to really look forward to the Sub-Zero... Oh, no. Thinking about food is just gonna keep Paimon up all night. Did we oversleep? We should go meet Dunyarzad.
Traveler.
Good morning, Dunyarzad.
Not at all. I arrived... Today is finally...
You've worked so hard for this day. You gotta enjoy it to the...
You know it. Oh, it's just that, as expected. Well, shall we? Many vendors came out of the blue to support the event, and they insisted on covering costs themselves. Let's go give them some business.
They paid for everything out of pocket? Oh, sounds like they're not in this just for the Mora.
They all said that contributing to a lively festival atmosphere is more important than money. Especially since we don't often get to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday.
Ooh, they're selling food over that way! Let's go take a look!
This is a stall offering foods from the Haftmewa feast.
Oh, you could tell straight away.
Mushrooms, flowers, and all kind of fruits, so... What?
It's another Sub-Zero's festival tradition. People used to set their table. Generally speaking, the most common selections are foods like Rukashva mushrooms, Nilopala lotuses.
So, the Sub-Zero festival...
You don't have to be a vegetarian to enjoy the spread. We just use the 7 foods to symbolize the
Wait! But if that's the case, if Sumeru uses vegetarian, then wouldn't the Pyro Archons festival be full of food? Oh, Traveler, we have to go to Natlon as soon as possible!
I hope your wish comes...
Thanks! Alright, how about we all...
Dear customers, would you like to try your...
What's alchemical divination?
Right? I thought the same when I first heard about it. It is said to be a mysterious...
So, how do...
It's quite simple. After you give me any 2 alchemical reagents, I'll use them to...
Sure sounds random. So random
That is precisely what we need. After the transmutation fails, your one and only
Well, according to Lesser Lord Kusanali, everything is interconnected. And all that occurs...
Why does everything sound so much more credible when Dunyarzad says it?
So that's the true wisdom behind it. This young lady sure knows her stuff. Okay, one moment.
Paimon wants to take a look too!
Generally speaking, the moon signifies... It means... Wait a moment.
Is he really looking it up in a book?
Oh, I remember now. It means illusion...
Illusions and lies?
Yes, but this book says that if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears, this...
He's not even trying to hide his book anymore.
Naturally, fate will only ever show you the beginning of a journey. It is a...
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as a...
Guess that was still pretty interesting.
They say the Sub-Zero's festival was very lively a long time ago. Large flower carriages used to parade through the city. As they headed towards Port Ormos, people would throw flowers, candy, and liquor all along the way.
Dunyarzad's eyes are sparkling right now.
I wish I could have seen that spectacle. But if you ask me, I'm sure Nilu's Dance of Sub-Zeros will be just as impressive.
Varys!
Attention! Soldiers, fall into formation if you want any Yalda candies.
It's a weird guy with a weird hat!
Hey! It's Dunyarzad!
Wow!
Miss Dunyarzad, the children love... In the few short days it took to prepare for the Sub-Zero's festival...
The Hallowed Knight of Flowers. It's an honor that you know my name.
Attention! In the name of Ferris, the Knight of Flowers... All right, little soldiers. Take your Yalda candies and don't forget your loyalty to Lesser Lord...
Yes, Knight Ferris!
Just what is going...
Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is another Sub-Zero's festival icon, and one immensely popular with children.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the...
As are we to you,
Oh, not at all. Oh, speaking of tradition, do you want some Yalda candies? They're...
Whichever one.
That is the fun part. Each box contains a random flavor. It's up to the...
Ooh, those also...
And there's also lizard tail and...
Huh? What's up with those two?
Onikabuto is a little spicier than lizard.
Dunyarzad, you tried them before? It's alright.
I also believe in your intuition.
Great! These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want? Attention!
Oh, Paimon thought you survived so many epic battles because you had
The Sunsetia-flavored candy was in box number 4. How about this? The most important thing...
Really?
It's Night of Flowers, not Night of Candy.
Paimon really wilted the carrot.
They all basically sound the same. We got our candy, so let's keep...
Oh, actually, I just remembered that I left. Can you come with me to get it?
Dunyarzad, you probably forgot because you're so excited.
How embarrassing.
We're too late.
I know, right?
Oh, that most certainly is. We're in luck. She's walking right into our clutches.
Those Eremites don't look like...
Who are you? I don't believe the Homayani.
That's right. We haven't received any of their Mora.
They're a gang of kidnappers! Traveler, hurry and protect Dunyarzad!
Hey, did you scumbags even consider that the Homayanis might have hired a merc that outclasses you?
You're... Dia! Dia the Flame Mane! No wonder we mercs haven't heard it.
Don't speak so disrespectfully. My family started...
Don't worry about it, my lady. Just some friendly banter between mercs. One punch and those rabid dogs will
Aren't your claws all dull by now? Don't get too cocky!
Traveler, take Miss Dunyarzad to a safe...
No! We're gonna stay and help! There's too many...
Please be careful, Dia.
Don't waste your time worrying about me. This is my job.
Dunyarzad, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You sure you're okay?
I'll be fine after some rest. I'm more worried about Dia.
Yeah, don't worry.
My lady, Traveler, found ya.
Dia! You took...
Any more of them? Or rather, did anyone follow you?
Dia, your arm!
Oh, this? I'm fine. It's just a scratch. Normally, they wouldn't have been able to land a hit on me at all, but...
Please, let me...
Come on, it's nothing. Us mercs aren't as fragile as you think.
Hold on, you said something about a new greatsword?
About that. Well...
It can't be. The anonymous donation that was used...
Hey, Miss Dunyarzad, I wasn't trying to make you cry,
Okay, making your employer cry won't affect...
You're so unreasonable.
Thank you very much.
Don't be like that.
Are you feeling unwell?
My lady, your condition. Traveler, can you take her somewhere?
Truly, I'm sorry for the...
Are you feeling better, Dunyarzad?
Yes, much better. Just, I didn't realize you were concerned about it. I guess I shouldn't continue to keep it a secret. I was actually born with Elazar. It's terminal now.
Can't believe it's up.
Oh, you've already heard of Elazar. In that case, you probably know Sumeru's current medical advancements still haven't been able to find a cure.
Dunyarzad.
There's no need to be sad. I've always compared to the simple fact that I'm afflicted with this. I know that my family loves me dearly. They've done all they can to provide the best environment. Did you know? Before I ran away from home this time, since I was a child, all I could do was sit on my... I'm sure my family's worried and disappointed in me for running away, but I just didn't want to have any regrets. I wanted to meet other people. To me, there's nothing more beautiful than being able to meet and speak, not to mention the incredible time spent preparing for the festival. This way, when my final day does arrive, it will be less sorrowful. At the very least, many people will remember that I once existed in this world, right?
As long as you don't forget Paimon. Paimon also won't forget about you.
Thank you two so much. To be honest, Lesser Lord Kusanali gave me the courage to do all of this. If it weren't thanks, there will always be frustrations in life. But I know that the point of living is not to leave. Oh, right. Isn't it almost time?
Huh? Almost.
Isn't the dance of Sub-Zeros about to begin? Nilou will recreate that legendary scene with her most splendid dancing. And with that, my wish will also...
Then what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Were you not aware that the law prohibits this type of performance from taking place without prior permission?
Over there! Someone's yelling!
I think I just saw the Academia's grand sale.
But the Dance of Sub-Zeros is one of the key parts of the
Sub-Zeros festival. The law also prohibits the private hosting of large-scale religious festivals. Only the Academia can host such an event. If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise...
How... The Academia was originally responsible for the Sub-Zeros festival, but they failed this responsibility. This is a hard pill to swallow, but... You're right. Things would only...
Art. Dance. Aren't you ashamed of pursuing such frivolous and meaningless activities in this land of knowledge and reason? Our Archon created the utopia that is Sumeru City for all scholars who sought validity, verity, and truth, while people like you wish to defy...
No! I believe that our Archon never rejected...
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be doing is finding workers to tear down this ridiculous eyesore. When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Nyargarbaha Day that prohibits public art performances.
Understood. I will inform...
The Sub-Zeros Festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
Nilou, are you okay?
Oh, Dunyarzad.
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere the Academia can't find us and perform there. But how to... Or we could get people to block them off so they can't interrupt the performance.
Nilou, it's all right.
But you've been looking forward to the Dance of Sub-Zeros so much. And I know how important...
It's okay. Seeing you care this much about me, it would be too risky to continue the Sub-Zeros festival.
If you say so. But... you can sneak out for the next Sub-Zeros festival, right? We'll make sure the next one is a smashing success.
The next... Yes. Okay. It's a promise. It will be a smashing success.
Paimon can't believe this is how things turned out. Those heartless geezers.
It really is okay. Still, I'd be lying if I said I...
A lot happened today. Nilo and Dunyarzad promised to make the next Sub-Zero's festival a success. Yeah.
All connections have been secured to construct the most stable framework. The project has entered its most critical phase.
We're gonna be late! It's all because you... We should go meet Dunyarzad. Good morning, Dunyarzad. Sorry we're late.
Not at all. I arrived early.
You seem kinda tired. Did you not get enough sleep?
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry. Shall we go? Let's start with the stalls over there.
Sure! Traveler? Ooh, they're selling food over that way! Let's go take a look!
This is a stall offering foods from the...
You are quite well informed, miss.
They're all plants! Actually, what?
It's one of the Sub-Zero's festival's traditions. People used to set their tables with 7 different foods to symbolize this.
Appear to be in the form of the moon.
Really? Paimon thought it looked...
The moon signifies... It's escaping me for now.
Is he really looking it up in a book?
Oh, right. But if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears...
Understood. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just...
Guess that was still pretty interesting. So, where to next?
All right, soldiers. Now that you...
Yes, Knight Ferris!
What's going on?
Ferris, the knight...
Oh, do you want some yal...
What's to pick? Ooh!
And there's also lizard...
Traveler, help!
Great! These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left... Ah, excellently chosen. Number 4 is indeed Sunsetia.
Ha-ha! Paimon bet you had incredible luck, and Huh? How's that possible? It's obviously random. Maybe we didn't sleep very well last night. Or maybe we slept too much.
Oh, sure.
Where... A feeling of... Oh, Paimon knows what that is! In that case, Paimon also felt something like that. So, why'd you run here in such a hurry? So that's it! You're intentionally doing...
Welcome, you two! Are you here for lunch? What would you like to... Got it! You don't look like you're from these parts.
Charcoal baked hot Angelina cake? Isn't it that... Oh, Paimon understands what you're... That thing? Isn't this going a bit too far? How was it? The look on your face is telling Paimon that it tastes... Then, you mean... That's impossible! We were... So, would this be a case of taste bud deja vu? Paimon also gets the impression that we've been here many times. How about...
You just can't beat the atmosphere.
Hey! Dinyarzad is sitting by herself on that bench over there. What a coincidence, Dinyarzad.
Oh, I ran into some kidnappers just now.
Kidnappers?
I'm okay. Dia's arm got scratched.
Whew. That's a big relief. But...
Not at all. I've always been like this. Except besides, no matter how amazing today may be, it is but a single day. After however many more days, my time will come to an end.
Paimon doesn't quite follow you, and Paimon feels like something's really got you down right now.
It really is fine. I don't mind. Huh? Did something happen?
Dinyarzad, have you ever felt
Deja vu? No. But my days have been the same for years now. Even if I were...
Oh, Paimon sees. Then, is it on...
It's almost time.
Huh? Time for...
Nilou's Dance of Sub-Zeros is about...
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe... When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Nyagarbaha day.
Understood.
The Sub-Zeru's festival.
Nilou?
Oh, Dinyarzad.
It's okay.
But you've been really looking forward to this.
It truly is unfortunate, but I don't want to cause trouble for anyone. Didn't the Grand Sage say that he might...
True, but...
The next festival.
Wait.
No, nothing. I'll be...
Paimon can't believe what those heartless geezers did! So, in the end, maybe it really was because of exhaustion. Same here. That's why Paimon stopped thinking about it halfway through. Then, how about we settle in and get a good night's sleep? For now, we can chalk things up to exhaustion. We can do more thinking tomorrow.
Observing a modest drop in the output of Jnana energy, but values still remain within normal parameters.
Continue to monitor for variances in the data.
Why does Paimon feel so tired?
Not at all.
Huh? Paimon thinks he's...
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry.
Great idea! Let's get going! Traveler?
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can enjoy. Oh, are you interested in...
Not much of a
It's not that simple. Each box contains a rat.
They are...
And there's also lizard...
Huh? Well...
No problem. These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want? Oh, I like your confidence. No hesitation at all. Oh, congratulations!
Paimon knew she always had incredible luck. Paimon's not really interested in the other...
Wait.
What? She was right.
That couldn't have been luck. How is this possible? I packed mind reading? X-ray vision?
Tell us what's going on! Since when did you get superpowers? Traveler? Hey, where are you going? What's going on? Did you see something? Us leaving Dunyarzad without letting her know is kinda rude. What are you looking for? Why did we come here? Traveler? That's... Look! That's... Isn't that Dunyarzad? What's happening here? Why are there 2 Dunyarzads?
You already know that this isn't your first Sub-Zero's festival, don't you? I'm sure you already know how to use this.
A knowledge capsule?
You should use it too, Paimon.
You know Paimon? Well, this seems kind... What the... This is our 20th time at the Sub-Zero's festival? Huh? No. The 30th? 40th? Just how many times have we been to the Sub-Zero's fest? Have we been trapped in a single day? If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have even realized. What the heck was inside?
Your memories are still scrambled? Try your best to remember. This isn't the first...
Let Paimon think. What about everyone? Your sense of deja vu is stronger than everyone else's, yes? As for an explanation, you two received the blessing of Dendro. And you also have special, sensitive constitutions. It was as if a single sheet of paper was separating those memories from your consciousness. A familiar question. I think this is the 7th time you asked that. As you can see, she isn't doing well. You probably sensed it too. That first Nerzad is in front of you right now, and she doesn't have a lot of time left. Looks like you're almost done sorting out your brain. Oh yeah, I'm Nahida. Good, you passed the test. What's happening? You can awaken our memories, and you seem...
Everything in this world runs in a loop. This cycle is called a samsara. As for the truth, that's on you to find out. If you were told the truth instead of discovering it yourselves, it would literally blow your... I can only give you surface-level help, like bits of information and subtle hints. For the rest of the time, I'll be doing all I can to...
She looks like she isn't doing well at all. Her illness...
If we can break out of this samsara, I might be able to save her. But as things are right now, she's just a small bird in the sky that's about to lose its last feathers. All I can do is raise a gale to delay her fall.
You sure love to use weird
analogies. Analogies are wonderful tools. They let you use existing... Okay, so, with what you know so far, what do you think the truth is?
The moon, illusions, and light. Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content. That doesn't... What's happening right now seems to have happened before. My mind feels exhausted, even though I haven't done... We've already experienced the Sub-Zeru's festival many times. The moon, illusion... We've already... What's happening? That should be it. My mind feels...
A time loop.
Still the wrong answer? Paimon thought that made
a simple time loop can't explain some of the phenomena.
Dunyarzad.
The Sub-Zeru's festival is happening every day, but that doesn't mean we can...
Let's think about our current situation. And to do that, we need to figure out... Nahida rejected the idea of a time loop. Paimon's memories say that we've already done this many times, but let's go talk to people again.
not keep me company for a while? There'll be plenty of time for work later. It's nearly time for afternoon tea.
Hey, it's you guys again. Where's your cultured friend?
She's feeling a little unwell.
I see. Did you come back to buy something? I guarantee the freshness of my products. I harvested them from the forest just yesterday. Huh? What brought this about? I hurried back from the forest.
To put it another way, if you really think about it, was yesterday truly yesterday? Did you actually come back from the forest yesterday?
What kind of philosophical nonsense is this? Are you two daydreaming? Didn't you know that no one dreams in Sumeru? Go somewhere else if you want to find someone to date.
He actually has a point. Is this a dream? Is everyone... true. Anyway, if this all really were just a dream...
Oh, it's you two. Was my divination so accurate that you felt compelled to compliment me in person? Ooh, I knew it! I told you, the god's divination is highly accurate. You just hadn't fully understood its significance yet.
You're really excited about this, huh? That's exactly why we came back. Help us better understand it.
Help you better understand it? Well, that isn't exactly what I excel at.
So, you're admitting that you don't have a clue?
Anyway, what kind of situation did you get into? Huh? Hold on a second. I thought you guys just lost your wallet or fell for a scam. What you just said... Are you serious?
Paimon knew you weren't going to believe...
Marvelous. Truly marvelous. I believe you. Recall the interpretation of your divination. The moon...
When you say it like that, the divination does sound like...
I believe that the Archon's revelations are never more than vague hints. Anything more specific is beyond the reach of mere mortals. The book only says, if you trust your instincts and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
So that's how it is. Looks like fortune-telling is just fortune-telling. We haven't made any progress. Who else can we talk to? Paimon remembers that we tried talking to her a couple of times, but she always thinks we're playing pranks on her. You think she'll brush us off again? Yeah, if we tap into Dia's strong sense of responsibility as a At this time of day...
I'm fine, my lady. It's just a scratch.
Perfect timing. Both of you are here.
Paimon, Traveler, you came at just the right time. Listen, there was a dangerous Huh? You saw? Then why didn't you jump in earlier?
If you want the Traveler to take Dunyarzad somewhere to rest up while you check to see if there's still any kid...
How did you know what I was going to say?
We need to say something convincing.
Dia sold her greatsword to raise additional funds. And...
Tell her, Traveler!
I didn't tell anyone about that. Including Miss Dunyarzad. You couldn't have known. And just now, you literally took the words right out of my mouth.
All right, so this is...
It's kinda hard to believe what you just told me. First, let me make something clear. Most of us desert dwellers might not be the scholarly type, but...
She's quieter than usual. Uninterested in anything and really gloomy.
Yeah, she isn't the same as before, but her parents said that this is how she was like at first.
Huh? At first?
I don't quite understand what you're all talking about. I'll go rest on the bench over there.
My lady, are you angry? All right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt since you knew about my greatsword. Let's make this a quick...
I told you that it won't help to bring anyone here.
We just wanted her to see the real Dunya...
The real Dunyarzad?
Huh?
I told you that you two are special.
Hold on. Over there. Is that?
Wow. How perceptive.
Miss Dunyarzad, she's...
Her condition's really bad, and she's basically an...
I can sense her aura. There are also lingering feelings of something like regret or disappointment. What happened?
Do you believe us now? So, you think the sages are behind this?
Yeah, they've always been against us. Wouldn't surprise me if they're using...
You have a point. Aside from the Dendro Archon, the Academia's sages are the only ones in Sumer. Maybe there's more to the Akasha than we know. Right! Didn't you awaken our memories using something that looked like a knowledge capsule? That means you must know something about the Akasha!
The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and it grants knowledge to the people.
A gnosis could do that? No wonder the Akasha is so...
So, this Nahida you mentioned...
She said, and Paimon quotes, the Akasha relies on...
Compiles the wisdom of the entire populace and grants knowledge to the people... Wait. I get the grants knowledge part. That's what people have always used the Akasha for, but...
Did she mean that the sages enter new knowledge into the Akasha? Oh, yeah. That sounds about right.
Okay. Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the power of a no... People in Sumer... My mind feels exhausted.
You mean the Akasha is causing our mental fatigue? Huh. Now that I think about it, my head's been feeling... When the desert dwellers set off on their quest for knowledge, a sage once said, knowledge, all compiling the entire country's knowledge. You think the Akasha pulled a 180 and is extracting information? Who knows? The Akasha can put knowledge into our heads, so...
What's the point of doing...
Just think about it. If you could combine the knowledge of every single person in Sumeru, then this hive mind could make breakthroughs in problems that even the smartest genius...
An excellent deduction. And the analogy comparing Sumeru City to a massive brain? I love it. In that case, we should take off our Akasha terminals right away. Maybe that'll solve this problem.
Yeah, I was only wearing this for show in the first place. Didn't expect the sages to cook up such a...
How does everyone feel? Huh? What is it? Oh, that! Paimon knows what you're talking about. It's a single soft beep that sounds like it's coming from the Akasha terminal.
The sound of a beep. Could it be a prompt tone for when the Akasha is operating?
That's probably an important clue. We weren't using our terminals, but we heard a beep anyway. Traveler!
I heard it too. Our ears aren't messing with us. We took off our Akasha terminals.
Phase runtime has exceeded its expected length. At this rate, there may be casualties.
But we cannot lose all of our progress.
Remembers... Good. You adapted quickly this time. We definitely took off our Akasha terminals last night, but we still heard that beep. Why's that? But now we can at least confirm one thing. The Akasha definitely... Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. Why would the... It's extremely difficult for lab rats in an experiment to understand why they're... If we're lab rats, then what are you? Nahida, you've never told... I guess... The moon? Wasn't that... Anyway, knowing who I am won't help you get closer to the truth, so you should focus on other things. Don't get distracted and miss any clues. Okay then. Dia helped us a lot yesterday, so let's go find her. If Paimon's reading the time correctly, those kidnappers should be showing up soon.
Ah, there you are. I've already taken care of those kidnappers. My lady, did you get hurt?
Huh?
What's wrong? Why are you both gawking at me like that?
You didn't get...
Huh? What do you mean this time? Why are you so surprised that I managed to get out unscathed? Those kids were amateurs. Shh! How did you know about my greatsword?
So Dia's lost her memories after all.
Anything strange? You already know that I got a new greatsword. It's as if I've already...
You're saying that, although you don't remember using...
That's right. Both mercenaries and warriors heavily...
Traveler, what do you think? Yeah, Paimon's feeling really hopeful. Oh, you're right! Earlier in the Samsara, something like this would have never happened.
I have no clue what you two are talking...
So you want us to take Dunyarzad somewhere else to rest while you check if there are still more...
How did you know what I was gonna say?
Forget it. We found out that Dia... Do you think the samsara has been broken? Really? Good job on all that progress. Hey, what kind of an answer? Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge, but how many todays has it been? Is it possible that today will be followed by yesterday? It's even possible that this entire world is a lie. Okay, no more. Paimon's... That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy. Get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush... Huh? People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk. That's why I suggested... it's so strange and so against common sense that... Paimon's at a loss for words. Yeah, even though it's happy and lively at the Sub-Zero's festival...
Continue the harvest, compared to what we stand to achieve.
We're still in the same day! Nahida, you already knew last night that we didn't... Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still... In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. Paimon's at the Duke did that! Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have been... Paimon's flattered and everything, but... What I mean is, even though I had asked you to solve this puzzle, in other words, if you weren't here, I may as well not exist. That's why you two have been Nahida's talking about confusing stuff again. Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding? Huh? Why are you scrapping your previous theory? Oh, yeah! You're right! Good. So, what's...
The beep is a prompt... That doesn't sound right. I need to care... Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory. I can't... If all our memories of a day are...
Oh! Then the beep we hear every night could just... That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's festival hasn't happened yet, but... Muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dia has been getting better at using... A brilliant deduction. Nahida, tell us if we're right or wrong. To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyro crystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature. That isn't simple at all! Why don't you go talk to Miss Dia again? You might learn something new. Right! She did help us find her...
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia...
It hurt? Why would I?
Well, you're still getting used...
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just...
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of... Oh, that works!
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get...
Don't think too hard about it.
All right then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body...
Yes, your memory's being a...
Then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think...
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zero's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used? The money we spent? Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no...
Right! They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then it's not very likely, but it's all—
No, it is impossible.
You have proof.
You two are surprisingly serious about this. Come with me. Miss Dunyarzad, please come along as well.
Paimon can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
This is it.
Huh? This is a wooden tree.
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but what if they did?
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training sessions. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the importance of refined control. The force, angle, and entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy. It's just as they say. Each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice. It would be—
Is it really impossible?
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting. The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from the results of combat training. Whew! I hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain-exercise game that's been super popular? Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to Nilu's stage. See you later.
Well, back to square one. Is our memory But at least we've reached some other— Yep, that's true. So, can we think of any new ideas right now? Strange? Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately. Huh? Leaving the city? You're right! It's really— Paimon can't believe it! Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the city.
You're back early today. Did you find some—
Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. And we also aren't in—
leaving the city. As far—
We did? But we don't remember any—
Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more— But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't—
It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be—
Really? That's kinda strange. In theory, I should have already awakened—
Yep. Something here's definitely fishy. Let's get to the bottom of this tomorrow.
Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have enough— Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days' worth of memories. It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday. Okay,
We don't have many more festivals, so—
Why can't we leave the city?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct—
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the Academia already announced a lot. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave?
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had...
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us. Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon? But what if things get really weird? Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but... okay. Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as and memories! Traveler! Paimon would never. Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back! You promised Paimon. Paimon, calm down. She's here now. I don't think she understands. Paimon doesn't care! Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay! Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day! Okay. Paimon, can you I see. Using two people. After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant. No way! What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this? I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave this. So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased? It really sounds like something, but this way, we'll also never discover what's outside. Something like a message? But how come... Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at. Well... Okay. Yep, now we're talking. I'm done. Here you go. What? Isn't this... I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. Just to make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the... Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status. We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the init. Let's go then. Let's expose the... All right. Paimon isn't as worried about being separated, so... Okay. That covers everything that's happened so far. Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we... Okay. Now that you understand what's going on...
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zero's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. All these spaces are empty, except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left this, but everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. There's another part here.
only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing, one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the finals... Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message... Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment. Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from here? The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha terminal. After the beep, Traveler said, even the... Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Was that space actually the real world? That doesn't sound... My impression is that each day in this samsara...
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind... Paimon's head is spinning! Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over so no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a... Wow! The Archon War, huh? Hey! Do you want some alone time to think? All right.
The dance of Sub-Zeros is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay. Why don't...
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida. You're back! I've been waiting forever for you two. Are you ready to take your Sub-Zero's exam and graduate? Okay.
People in Sumeru... The moon, illusions, and light. All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of Those spaces remind me of... I've already experienced the Sub-Zero's... I've already experienced... Okay, Nahida said, the Akasha relies on the... That doesn't...
You're back! Are you ready to take your Sub-Zero? Okay.
The moon People in Sumer... The moon We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumeru... Those spaces... All the
People in Sumeru think they don't dream. But the truth is, and those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their hope, huh? So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable? The Akasha relies... It is the manifestation... It compiles the wisdom, and it grants knowledge. Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the den. But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiled? Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most... In other words, dreams are rich bundles of... So in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So it was all a dirty trick? The real story is that the sages from the Academia are using the Akasha to steal... Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the Samsara?
The beep is a prompt to... That doesn't sound... Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. I can't... I've already experienced the Sub-Zero. My mind feels exhausted. Grand Sage said... Those dreamscapes...
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along. No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is... Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent... Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals... Alright, last question.
Now that I think about it... Now that I think about it... They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro Archon's divine revelation. So then...
So you noticed. I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last. That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want to expose you. Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting. It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanagi. Yes, those can wait until we're... On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you... You asked me this question before. My answer, now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should help. Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced this. Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier samsara. That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, so whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sub-Zero's festival, they don't remember. That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia. Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream enhancing. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in the Sub-Zero's festival samsara, while their dreams are stolen from them. I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Even you don't know the reason? The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Traveler, do you have any information?
Grand Sage said, go celebrate the birth of...
Celebrate the birth of... Could it mean... deceiving the people of Sumeru with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're trying to... After we end the Sub-Zero's festival samsara, we have... How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archon? In the end, I'm just the moon. A sun and a moon? Oh, we're out of time today! I'll tell you how to break free of the samsara tomorrow. Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers it... Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct. Dunyarzad already... The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting. Paimon can't believe it. Wait, she's actually something like a puppet, but the real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her, so another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream. But personality-wise, puppets are stiff and can't copy a living person's vitality. You know, speaking of which, Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who... Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still... far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Arch. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sub-Zero. Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. I'm not being... Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are... To prevent more tragedies like this, We must... Great! But how do we... Although the Sub-Zero's Festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So...
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from... Which means, with the power of
imagination...
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive. Like when the server at the tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that the dream will respond in kind. And the server... But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that...
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be... And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're After all, like you said...
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. As for me...
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of...
Yes. I want to try something. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises.
Oh... Paimon's still a little upset. She was such a good person. Was such a Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us with... We mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to... Paimon's wondering. Do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Feels like it would... Huh. That's true. Plus, this... So... Who do you think the host of the dream is? Oh, that would make sense! Ferris, then let's go ask...
You're back. You left in a hurry last time.
Everything's fine, just...
An experiment? That...
Could you... make a wish?
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero...
Less questions! More wishing!
Okay. My wish. Okay.
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down. She just doesn't seem like herself. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Ferris...
So... You have a crush on Dunyarzad?
When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, what she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest. Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eye. Oh!
What?
Faki? Sorry, but only one portion of Yalda candy. Nice try, you two. Anyway...
Guess he isn't the host of this stream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like everyone who knows...
My lady.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This... Huh? But Dia can handle them! Hey, Traveler!
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take... Hey, this is my job. The homie Yanni's pay me, not you. You... fine, alright? Anyway, watch yourself.
So you got yourself...
You're in for a little shock.
Where do you think you're going? Along the jungle.
Come on! Incinerate!
Come a little closer.
That's close enough. Along the jungle.
Come a little closer.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those you and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want— Oh, and speaking— remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, she said it was because she had forgotten something. Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she— Yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll— This is the place! It's— Hey! The windows are unlocked! Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside. This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much— Should we open it? Wow. Dunyarzad, even though she was also busy prepared, she must have wanted to give this. If we hadn't found this book, we never would have, but now that we know, we— Hey! Where are you off to? It's Dunyarzad's puppet. Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago. Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she...
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler.
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, what? Where are we going this time?
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an invest. The Grand Sage has already granted you much.
Oh. Traveler? You...
Traveler?
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared? Oh, of course! If this is the sage's... So they're just substitute.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage? Like I said, they symbolize the god...
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the god.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the legend?
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after...
Yeah. What's going on? Huh? You guys are acting... Hey!
They disappeared! So Nilu's the host. Purple Padisaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But it's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate, and Nilu... So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew... But if we want to end the samsara, we need... How should we make Nilu realize...
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
So I'm right.
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. As far as you know, people in Sumeru...
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he...
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in...
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her blessing to... All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could. Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long." The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, the sage, his wife lying next to him, said, "You're off to search for the Dendro Archon today." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of this...
Yes. But his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro Archon.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But we really gotta wake up soon.
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zero's festival is almost... Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sub-Zero's as beautiful as we can. wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the Dance of Sub-Zerus.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
Traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the... Paimon's head feels super heavy. Did we oversleep? Paimon thinks it was... the Sub-Zero's festival! Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero? Quick! Take off your Akasha terminal! She's not in her room. What happened? Huh? What? Well done, Traveler and Paimon. And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zero's festival.
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad!
Oh, Traveler Paimon. I have some... I just had a dream. And I...
You. And it's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about... Dunyarzad first. It's such a... After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. Both are fine. Everyone reacts. All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved at the Avidia Forest. There was this incense that made the... You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world. And yeah, so you do know. We've been wanting to... It seems like the Traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she died. As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from King Deshret.
King Deshret? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies.
Okay, so what does the message mean?
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of doing that. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it. Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the Academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it.
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick! Is it because of the contaminated consciousness? But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems like our search for you was all in vain.
The Traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at deciphering it. No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tevat's. To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness.
How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses?
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal. The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha. I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... No wonder Paimon felt something was off about her. What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of Surasthana?
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing.
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida?
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, the Akasha is still empowering this nation. And I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the Academia...
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sub-Zero's festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you.
Thank you for the kind words.
But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my consciousness to the Akasha. Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that, to be accurate, theoretically, the Akasha is... I've always respected...
What about your own body?
That story began at that time, however...
So, this...
In some way, and I...
Yeah!
Trying to find a way to... Every once in a while, I will also take up... There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance. I wonder what caused them to go down this path. Even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the Traveler hadn't... I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. I think they're deliberately trying to hide something.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited...
Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if... You mean how the Akasha's...
Yeah, it's been such a long...
It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared.
Misdirect?
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality, even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, the sage... Besides, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its full potential. Anyway, by now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing. Got it! I hope my answers were satisfying. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a... Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project.
Go and get some sleep. Leave everything...
What a relief.
Traveler?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel some...
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but